Good morning. It's a chilly but really crisp and beautiful day. I'm outside and the birds are alive and awake. You can hear them singing and I can smell the service berry in the air. It smells so good. These white flowers that I just showed you. And welcome to today's video. My name is Emilia. If you're new, I live on the Swedish countryside and I am out and about today just doing different kind of gardening chores. I need to plant my pak choi. I'm gonna do that right now. And then I'm actually going around and fertilizing everything that's newly planted last year or this year or even 2 years ago. I have a couple of shrubs and evergreens and trees. Some other things, my blueberries, I need to give them a bit of acidity to the soil. So here are my pak choys. I just took them out from the seed tray, so I think I can just pop them into the soil. And then later this week I am spraying all of the weeds in the path of my growing area, my vegetable garden. And I need to order gravel. We need to fill up with gravel. And then I just have some more planting to do. I have so many brassicas to plant. That bed is done. I did that off cam. I just fill it up with soil and put down the irrigation. So it's just ready for me to plant. But I need to wait until Wednesday. Today is Monday, so I need to wait 2 days because tomorrow night is actually gonna be a little bit of frost. So sorry for that. We need to do like a major cleanup. So many things to do around here. And I just have a few different bits that I'm gonna include in this video, but I'm gonna spread them out for a couple of days because I have a lot of other life things happening as well. The broccoli rabe is almost ready to pick. I can see a lot of weeds. I mean, it's looking a little bit like some sort of flower, but I think it's a weed. So I'm just gonna clear out these weeds and then plant the pak choys a little bit around here where there's empty spots. This weekend I actually had my bachelorette party. It was amazing. I'm so full of love and good food and laughter and so many fun creative activities, and I'm so happy and pleased with how they planned everything. And then yesterday I had a neighbor drop off some silage or haylage. I'm not sure exactly what kind it is. I think it's haylage. I just have it on a pile here. I'm gonna show you soon, but I'm gonna use it for mulch. Last year I actually used, it was some sort of mulch made of tree bark, I think, but I've just read that it can take a lot of nitrogen when it's like composting. I'm gonna try the haylage and we'll see. But I have heard that it's supposed to be the best sort of mulch, so I'm happy to try it out. So I have some lettuce spread out here. I just planted a pak choi over here, and then here I got 2 in one cell. So I'm gonna carefully separate them. So I've been harvesting a lot of radishes and spinach, and it's just been a really nice crop to have when it's been a little bit colder. It has started to go to seed, some of them, now that it's been really hot. But now that it's cooling off again, we can enjoy it for a longer period. Here I have carrots, and here is just an empty spot, so I'm just gonna plant these 2 here. This is an oregano, and it's starting to shoot out, I think. I hope that it did survive. It is looking really dead, but I think it's gonna come back. So I've weeded and planted the pak choys wherever there's empty space, and I just need to water it in, and I can see like a little carrot right here. These are all gonna be harvested for the last time within the next 2 weeks. Here I just need to thin out the carrots. I can maybe do that right now so that they get the maximum of space that they need. I don't know if you saw my last video. something went sideways with that algorithm of the video. I showed you the state of my growing room, and right now it's looking really good actually. I've up-potted almost everything, and I'm gonna pick these radishes before I go inside too. Probably pickle them or eat them in a salad. But the onions are growing really well. Sometimes they just pop up. I don't know why. I just push them back down, but they are putting out some green little sprouting here. And here I got a lot of garlic popping up too. These are much more advanced because in this bed I raised the soil level. And then here I have a whole row of onions, and they are also putting out growth. And then the onions around here are looking really good. They're all green. So that's exciting. And here I still have my space reserved for some ever-bearing strawberries that I'm gonna get from my mom this weekend. And here I'm just looking out. If these aren't showing any green soon, I'm gonna swap them with the same plants, but I have some more left in a bucket. Anyway, so here is the haylage. And I think it smells so good. It smells like stable or barn. And then underneath here I've grown or sown, here are beets, and I have chard. I'm not gonna pull this up at the moment. I just want them to be all protected and nice in there. And we're gonna water in here, close it up, and head to the next thing. This structure is like ripping apart. We have a lot of wind, and it was maybe not the best quality. So I'm just, we're just fixing it all the time. But it'll do for now, just as long as it doesn't let a lot of that like really cold air in that we're gonna get now. And we've had so much wildlife going through here. We had a swine, we had an elk here last night. The spring coming alive. This is not the best view, I get it. It's a lot of trash everywhere. I just need to fertilize. So I just got a tray full of fertilizer here. It's like chicken manure. So whenever I water or when it's raining, it's gonna seep into the soil. We really have to cut the grass for the first time too. It's getting quite tall actually. That heat really brought out everything. Like I can see buds and leaves all over the garden. This bed I'm actually redoing a little bit. Right now I have all the tulips and bulbs. I'm gonna raise the soil level a little bit. I'm gonna bring out the whole bed. I'm gonna make it go around the tree here and out here, and yeah, it's gonna be a lot bigger. I might have to do some repositioning of some of the perennials that I have. All of the big shrubs and evergreens and all of that is gonna stay right where they are. But I do have some smaller perennials that I can move out a little bit, and then I'm just gonna start filling it with perennials this year. I'm probably gonna buy a lot when it's sale, but I did this year sow perennials for like my native flower bed I'm gonna have by the cabin here. I haven't dug it out yet, but I'm gonna actually do it this weekend. So fun, because then I need to start plant out the perennial flowers that I have in my growing room. That is really gonna come along this summer, this year. As for this tree here, it's in gravel. So I just dig a little hole in the gravel right here, and then I put a little pile of fertilizer here. Bring it back like this. And it's budding out nicely. I can even see beautiful flowers. I might have to start shaping this tree this year. And then this forsythia has been, oh, so beautiful this spring. We planted this last year and it's doing amazing. I did plant it right here to have it like backlit with the evening sun, and it's worked exactly how I imagined it. It's been so beautiful. But yeah, these are the sort of things that just has to be done, but it's really hard to find the time because there's so much of it. We are building it up from, the ground has been like wild. Just, yeah, weeds, grass everywhere. Laying down like a lawn on the spaces where it was just wild grass has been really hard because it's popping up so many weeds. But we're just trying to take care of the lawn. We have 2 lawns. We can't really do much about it right now because we're still in the process of, making flower beds and the patio and all of that. So we don't exactly know. We might even have a greenhouse. So this is not going to be a lot of grass here. But over on the front side, it's the backyard, but it's the front yard. It's weird. We're just gonna keep it grass. So that one we're really gonna take care of the grass, make it really lush. But here is mainly gonna be, we call it the oasis. We're gonna border it with some sort of hedging, and we have the trees, and we're gonna have it full of flower beds and the patio with a pergola. And then back here by the cabin is still a process in the making. I'm just gonna keep my asparagus and rhubarb, and then I'm gonna have herbal garden with edible flowers and medicinal flowers and all of that. So many fun things this year. Laying down stone paths. So my camera didn't record any of that. Oh my god, I'm just having troubles with my memory card. I don't know what's going on, but I'm using this rhododendron fertilizer. It's for rhododendrons, blueberries, evergreens, things that prefers a little bit more acidity. So I've just been clearing out weeds around, put down the fertilizer and covered it back up. And these blueberries are about 2 or 3 years, I can't really remember. I do fertilize them every spring and every fall. I don't really water them that much, and it doesn't have irrigation, but they've been doing really well. Especially this one is called Borealis, I think. It's not an American blueberry as half of these are. This one and this one that are in bloom right now. I'm gonna pop the name here because I don't remember what it's called in English, but these are American blueberries. They are budding. They will bloom a lot later. There's a frost coming, so I might have to cover these tomorrow before the frost hits during the night. So here I'm just gonna clear everything. Oh, little bumblebee, look, pollinating my blueberries. But yeah, we're gonna take out all of the grass here. It's gonna go out a little bit, maybe around here. And I'm gonna pack it quite thickly with tree bark because it's high in acidity and it's gonna smother all the weeds. And we're gonna build up a little bit more with rocks here, as well as planting arbortea. It's gonna cascade down in between, and it's gonna act like a ground cover as well. And here it's just an ongoing flower bed with ground cover roses. My hope is that they're gonna sprawl down this whole area, make like ground cover. But yeah, I need to weed and mulch, and I'm gonna make a permanent compost bay situation. I'm gonna plant a little tree in the corner as well. Deciduous tree, this arborvitae or thuja, it's recovering. Didn't look that well last year, but it's growing out so many new branches and sprouts. But I'm gonna clear out underneath here, dead branches, and maybe plant it with something underneath here. And here is actually lilac that's growing back. I need to trim all of this struggling. Yeah, I've left some just to see what they would do, and they are putting up so much new growth. But you can also see this one is no growth at all, so I'm gonna cut that one. Going around here, this is the path leading into the vegetable garden. Here we're gonna have the rose arch that we're gonna build this weekend, I think. So this is gonna be a whole flower bed, so we need to dig out all of this. There's gonna be some sort of edging here around like this, and then leading straight to the ground cover roses and everything that I just talked about. That is on the agenda for this year. This is gonna be completely weed free, just gonna be a thick layer of gravel and some nice edging, and the other rose arch is gonna be right here. I need to find some roses. I really like this. I think it's called honey roses, at least it does in Swedish. Like really petite rose. It doesn't look like a regular rose and just loaded with flowers, and they smell like sweet honey. It's so good. I'm gonna find that kind of rose. I don't know which variety yet, but something that really grows quickly and just covered with roses. Imagine going into the vegetable garden, into this rose arch, and just smell it whenever I'm in here working, and then the lavender that I'm gonna have in the borders, and I've talked about this multiple times in my videos, but it's just fun for you if you're new here to see what you can expect, like the plans for this space. So subscribe so you don't miss any of the progress, because that's the most fun part of it all. In here we need to come out with the trimmer and trim all of these weeds. I don't remember the name in English now, but it's incredibly invasive. I've planted these rhododendrons here in a hope, once they've grown quite huge, that they will smother most of these. All right, so here I'm just gonna make a little well on the front side here and add the fertilizer. So yeah, thank you for listening and watching my visions and my plans for this year for the garden. It really is so much fun to be able to share it. I don't know, it adds to the fun of it all. These get natural mulch from trees dropping their leaves in the fall, so they're like leaves underneath here. All right, that's it.